Number 1. Sleep more. Sleep is one of the most powerful testosterone-boosting tools available to you, and it costs nothing. A study published in JAMA, the Journal of the American Medical Association, took healthy young men and restricted their sleep to 5 hours a night for 1 week. Just 1 week. By the end of it, testosterone levels had dropped 10 to 15%. That's the kind of drop that gets diagnosed as low T in a clinic. Here's the mechanism. Your body produces the vast majority of its testosterone during deep sleep, specifically during slow wave and REM stages. Cut the sleep short, and you're cutting the production window short. Your body doesn't get to finish the job. Most guys running on 6 hours are calling it discipline. It's not discipline. It's debt. And like all debt, it compounds quietly until you can't ignore it anymore. The fix: 8 hours. Consistent bedtime. Dark and cool room. No screens for 30 minutes before bed. Blue light suppresses melatonin and collapses the sleep architecture your testosterone runs on. Your hormones are keeping score even when you aren't. Fix this first. Everything else in this video works better when you do. Number 2. Fix your vitamin D. About 40% of American adults are vitamin D deficient. That number climbs fast if you work indoors, live north of Atlanta, or it's any month that ends in Burr or Airy. Here's what most people don't know. Vitamin D deficiency and low testosterone produce nearly identical symptoms: fatigue, low mood, reduced drive. Most guys treat the testosterone and never touch the vitamin D, and then wonder why they still don't feel right. Vitamin D isn't really a vitamin. It's a secosteroid, meaning it functions more like a hormone than a nutrient. It acts directly on the Leydig cells of the testes. Those are the cells producing your testosterone. When vitamin D is low, that production process gets compromised at the source. A 2011 Austrian study in hormone and metabolic research followed deficient men for 12 months. The group that supplemented saw testosterone rise approximately 25% over placebo. 25%. From a vitamin most of these men didn't even know they were missing. You don't need a lab to start. 2,000 to 4,000 IU of D3 daily with a fat-containing meal is where you should begin. Take it in the morning. It's fat-soluble, so pair it with eggs, meat, or anything with fat in it. If you can get outside for 20 to 30 minutes of direct sun exposure midday, even better. That's the most bioavailable form your body can get. But the supplement works. Start today. Don't wait for a test to tell you what 40% of the population already has. Which brings us to number 3, because the same cells vitamin D supports are the first thing the next point destroys. Number 3, lower your cortisol. Here's what nobody tells you about cortisol. It doesn't just slow testosterone production. It actively signals your body to stop making it. That's not the same thing. And the difference matters. Your body has 2 major hormonal systems in constant tension. The HPA axis manages stress. The HPG axis manages testosterone. When cortisol goes up, it directly suppresses the Leydig cells, the same ones from the last 2 points. Your body, running on evolutionary logic, has decided that when you're under threat, reproduction and vitality are non-essential. It shuts them down to redirect resources toward surviving whatever is stressing you out. The problem is, your body cannot tell the difference between a deadline and a predator. It treats both the same way, and it's been treating your commute, your inbox, and your boss like a daily life or death event for years. Chronically elevated cortisol means chronically suppressed testosterone. Not occasionally, continuously. Show this part to anyone who's ever told you to just relax. The biology is not subtle about what chronic stress actually does. The fix doesn't require quitting your job. 10 to 15 minutes of walking, not power walking, just walking, measurably reduces cortisol. Exhale extended breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system faster than almost anything else you can do in under 5 minutes. A hard stop on work at a consistent time each evening prevents the low-grade chronic activation that does the most cumulative damage. And if you want a supplement with actual clinical backing, KSM 66 Ashwagandha. A 2015 study in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition found 300 milligrams twice daily of the standardized extract, not root powder. The extract dropped cortisol and raised testosterone by 15 to 17% over 8 weeks. It has to be the extract, not the powder. Number 4, fix your diet. Here's something most testosterone videos won't say. You don't need to lose belly fat to fix your testosterone. You need to stop eating the things that are actively producing it. Visceral fat, the fat around your abdomen, contains an enzyme called aromatase. Aromatase converts testosterone into estrogen. The more of it you carry, the more of your testosterone gets quietly converted before it ever reaches the receptors that would actually use it. But the aromatase problem starts with the diet, not the scale. Two specific inputs are doing the most damage. First, alcohol. Alcohol directly suppresses Leydig cell function, the same cells producing your testosterone, and it does it acutely. Even a few drinks in an evening measurably drops testosterone production for the next 24 hours. Every time. Not occasionally. Every time you drink. Second, processed sugar. Sugar spikes insulin. In men, elevated insulin has a direct inverse relationship with testosterone, documented in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology. Less sugar means lower insulin means a better hormonal environment, starting with your next meal. You don't need a perfect diet. You need to cut the two things working hardest against you. Less alcohol, less processed sugar. More protein, more whole foods. Number 5. Zinc and magnesium. Most men on a standard American diet are low on at least one of these. Both are directly tied to testosterone production. Neither requires a complicated protocol to fix. Zinc first. A landmark 1996 study in the journal Nutrition by Prasad and colleagues showed what happens when it's gone, restricting zinc intake in healthy men. Dropped testosterone by nearly 75% over 20 weeks. Healthy men, not deficient men to start with. 75%. That number should make you look at your plate differently. Best food sources: oysters have more zinc per serving than anything else on the planet, followed by red meat, shellfish, and pumpkin seeds. If your diet is light on those, 25 to 45 milligrams daily is reasonable. Don't go dramatically higher long-term. Excess zinc interferes with copper absorption. Magnesium is the other one. A 2011 study in biological trace element research found supplementation significantly raised testosterone in both sedentary men and athletes. Magnesium is involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, and testosterone synthesis is among them. Most American men are deficient and don't know it. If dark leafy greens, nuts, and legumes aren't regular fixtures in your diet, and statistically they probably aren't, 200 to 400 milligrams of magnesium. Glycinate before bed is the move. It supports testosterone synthesis and improves the sleep quality from point 1. This is exactly why you do all 5 and not just one. They compound. Low testosterone after 30 is real and it's common, but for most men it's not primarily an aging problem. It's a leverage problem. Specific fixable inputs that are quietly working against you, and most of them cost nothing to fix. Sleep 8 hours. Fix your vitamin D. Manage your cortisol. Fix your diet. Fill your zinc and magnesium gaps. No prescription. No $200 a month stack. No suffering. Just consistency and the willingness to take your own biology seriously. Do all 5 for 90 days. Then drop in the comments and tell us which one moved the needle most. Because based on what I've seen in the comments over the last year, I already have a strong guess which one most of you have been ignoring. And if I'm right, that's probably why you clicked on this video in the first place.